Let's talk about your website. What if it wasn't just a place to sell things? What if it was a machine, one that was constantly bringing you new customers, pretty much on its own? Well, today, we're going to break down how to build exactly that using one of the most powerful and, honestly, most misunderstood tools out there, a business blog.
So let me start by asking you this, and really think about it. Is your website just a store, or is it a destination? Is it a place people visit once to maybe buy something, or is it a place they come back to over and over because you offer real value? You see, that difference, that's what separates a business that just gets by from one that truly grows. And a blog, well, that's the bridge that gets you from one to the other.
All right, so here's our game plan for building this growth engine step by step. First, we'll get into why a blog is so dang important. Then, we'll map out a solid strategy so you're not just wasting your time. After that, it's all about creating content that actually connects, turning it into real revenue, and finally, how to push past those hurdles that stop most people in their tracks.
Okay, first things first. We need to completely reframe what a blog even is. Seriously, it's not some online diary or just a random collection of articles. When you do it right, it becomes one of the most powerful strategic tools you have. It becomes a true growth engine for your business.
So here's how the magic really works. Instead of just yelling, "Buy my stuff," you start by giving something away for free. And that something is valuable content that genuinely helps people. That little gift of knowledge, it builds trust. That trust builds a real relationship. And pretty soon, your blog becomes this magnet for people who are searching for the exact expertise you're offering. It naturally funnels them towards your products, not with some sleazy sales pitch, but because you've already proven that you're the authority they can count on.
And hey, this isn't just some theory. Check this out. Some of today's biggest brands, like Glossier and Birchbox, were actually blogs first. Yeah, really. They built these huge, loyal communities by just providing amazing beauty content, long before they ever sold a single product. They proved the model: give value, earn trust, and build an audience that's literally just waiting to buy from you. Okay, so you're convinced. But hang on. Before you type a single word, we have got to talk strategy. This is the step most people skip. And you know what? It's the #1 reason their blogs fail. To build something great, we first need to understand what not to do.
Welcome to what we call the bog blog. This is that swampy, forgotten corner of the internet where generic, aimless content just goes to die. A bog blog has no clear purpose, right? One day it's about a new product, the next it's a random company update. It doesn't serve any specific audience, so it ends up serving no one. And all your effort just sinks without a trace.
The only way out of the bog is to find your niche. I mean, just look at the difference here. A blog about food, so vague. But a blog for chili heads? Bam! All of a sudden you have a purpose. You know exactly what to write about. Spicy recipes, hot sauce reviews, interviews with pepper growers. Or look at Rumple, the blanket company. A blog about blankets sounds kind of dull, right? But their blog is genius. It highlights the artists they work with. This pulls in a totally different crowd and builds this incredible story around their brand. That is the power of focus.
So once your strategy is locked in, it's time to create. Now, look, tools like AI can be a great starting point, for getting ideas or an outline, but they can never, ever replace the most important ingredient: you. Your unique voice, your expertise, your real experiences. That's what makes people connect with your content and trust your brand.
And the data on this is crystal clear. Bloggers who actually conduct and publish their own original research are a whopping 41% more likely to see strong results. And why is that? Because you're not just commenting on the conversation anymore, you are starting it. You become the primary source, the place everyone else has to link back to. So don't just repeat what's out there, bring something new to the party.
All right, you're creating amazing, high-quality stuff. Now for the really fun part, turning all that hard work into actual results. We're talking revenue for your business and a bigger reach for your message. This is where your blog starts to pay you back, and I mean literally.
So, does all this effort really lead to sales? The answer is a huge yes. A full 61% of online shoppers say they've made a purchase directly because of a blog post they read. Think about that. Your content isn't just content. It's that final little push of confidence that gets a customer to click Add to Cart.
And just how big can that revenue get? Well, in popular niches like food and finance, the top blogs are averaging over $9,000 a month. This isn't just pocket change, folks. A well-run blog can become one of the most profitable parts of your entire business.
But that revenue doesn't just magically appear. You have to get eyes on your content. And while social media is flashy, the single most powerful tool for promoting your stuff is still email. The return on investment is just insane. For every $1 you spend on email marketing, the average return is $42. It is the most direct, most reliable way to reach your audience, which is why building your email list from day one is totally non-negotiable.
So where does all that money come from? Well, it's almost never just one thing, it's a mix. The biggest piece of the pie, as you can see, is usually selling your own products. But smart bloggers diversify. They add affiliate links for products they actually use and trust, earning a commission. As traffic grows, they add some passive income from ads. And for their superfans, they create paid memberships with exclusive content. The key is to never rely on just one stream, but to build a whole revenue engine.
Beyond email, getting seen is all about working smart, not just hard. Repurpose your content. One big blog post can become a dozen different things: a series of Instagram graphics, a short TikTok video, a podcast episode. You can collaborate with other folks in your niche for shoutouts, and maybe most importantly, engage with the audience you already have. Reply to their comments, ask them questions. When you treat your community like royalty, they don't just become readers. They become your most passionate advocates and your most powerful marketing force.
Now, I want to be really honest with you. Blogging is not a get-rich-quick scheme. There are going to be days when it feels like you're just shouting into an empty room. But knowing about these common hurdles ahead of time is the key to pushing through them and playing the long game. Think of this as your toolkit for when things get tough. Feeling like you're in SEO jail and Google's ignoring you? Use optimizer apps. They're like a little coach giving you specific tips to improve each post. When writer's block hits, don't just stare at a blank page. Go back and refresh an old post. Or even better, let your community create the content for you with a customer story contest. To beat inconsistency, stop trying to write every day and start thinking like a factory manager. Batch create your content in focused chunks. But the most important solution is for slow growth, patience. This is a marathon, and every single quality post you publish is another asset working for you.
And this is exactly why patience is everything. A blog is a compounding asset. A good post you write today doesn't just get traffic this week. It can rank on Google and pull in new readers for years to come. Over time, as this shows, these older, compounding posts can end up generating almost 40% of your total traffic. They're like little evergreen machines that keep working for you, bringing in new customers 24/7 long after you hit publish. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Right now, this very second, your next potential customer is typing a question into a search bar. They're looking for an answer, a solution, some help. The real question is, will it be your blog that shows up to provide it?